Up, Judah, coming to y'all with another video, man. Want to give all praises to the God of Israel. And before I get into this video, many of y'all, wondering, do I ever get tired of making videos? The answer is no. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy talking down on Christ. Whether it's Jesus Christ, whether it's Yahshua Christ, whether it's Yahweh Shah, even Allah. But most importantly, I enjoy talking down on Christ. Black people, again, listen, especially to those that want to be in the truth, because as I always say, many of you don't read. So, just to go back from my previous video to the book of Deuteronomy, right? And be reading the book of Deuteronomy, right? And the Lord spoke to Moses, and Moses spoke to the people, right? And one of the things that Moses said to the people of Israel, that these things that I teach you, do not deviate from these words that I'm commanding you right now by following other gods and serving them. Again, gods is just another word for idol. All right. So lowercase gods, these lowercase God, they're idols. And again, I told y'all, idol can be a person as well. You know what I'm saying? Let me make this clear to black people, because a lot of y'all suffer from this. For someone to be idolized, they have to have an image. They have to have an image. See, I've been doing this YouTube stuff for years. I don't really got people idolizing me because I don't have an image. Is this making sense to y'all? You ever heard of an NIL? With college players and stuff? They say it stands for name, image, and likeness. You need an image. You need a likeness, right? And a name for people to idolize you. This goes back to why the Lord, because I want to get on this Lord part. This goes back to why the Lord said, do not make any graven images, black people, such as symbols. Because you can make a symbol and bow down to it. Just like how they made a golden calf. Remember, the Israelites made a golden calf and was bowing down to it. Is this making sense to y'all? Let me turn my volume down. All right. Now, when you're reading this in Deuteronomy, and the Lord said, do not deviate from these words by listening to other gods. If you go to the New Testament, especially the book of Matthew, in the beginning of the book of Matthew, right, you see this character, this idol called Jesus Christ, right? JC. Because I don't want to keep saying this nigga name because he's not important, to be honest with y'all, black people. Judah. He's not really important. But if you keep reading, you can see that he came with his own set of rules. Now, the New Testament is full of trickery, hypocrisy, contradiction, because, in the beginning, he tells you that he didn't come to do away with the law that Moses gave, but he says that he came to fulfill it. There's no such thing as fulfilling the law. It, all these Hebrew Israelites and all these Christians who try to act smart, this stuff stays for generations to generations to come. And like I was explaining to y'all before, a lot of this stuff has to do with you being in the land anyway. Is that clear to y'all? A lot of the laws and stuff has to do with you being in the land. So, example, right? When we go to Leviticus 14 in the Old Testament, which, by the way, there's no such thing as the Old Testament. They just put that in there to confuse you because they know you don't read. All right. And so, when the Lord spoke these things to Moses and he was speaking about people with skin disease, he explained to Moses, giving him instructions about what to do for people that had skin disease, right? So he gave him a long list of instructions on what to do and all that. You get to the New Testament with Christ, and again, this idol, he's coming and he's doing all these miracles and all these people follow him, which is crazy, right? If you read his story, he got all these people from around following him in large crowds and shit, right? But nobody knows how he looked though today. But okay. He's doing all these miracles. Everybody claim they saw him. You know what I'm saying? He's displaying godlike powers. He's displaying godlike powers and he's telling people like, hey, if you don't believe in me, then God in heaven is not gonna fuck with you because you don't believe in my existence. And that's what black people suffer from right now. Black Christians. You know, eh, they never seen Christ before. See, God, I told y'all before, man, God doesn't talk to black people like they stupid. Christ does. Let me just put that out there, yo. The God of heaven, he don't talk to y'all like y'all stupid, but Christ does. I gave y'all an example, like it sounds stupid, but let me explain. I gave y'all an example though, right? When God came to earth, when he made the earth and all that, and God was over the waters, God didn't say he walked on water. He said he came in a spirit form and he was hovering over the waters. Let me just show y'all what I mean. I know this sounds stupid, but I gotta explain this to y'all. God wind in swept under the fucking water. That's another thing, man. You got different Bible translations and shit, right? All right. So his spirit was hovering over the water. Why does this make sense, black people? I'm gonna let this sink in y'all heads. I had somebody say to me, well, he's God. Ain't he supposed to be able to do anything? I told y'all, God talks to y'all like y'all got common sense. Water, how can I put this? Water is not a flat surface. What's the word I'm looking for? Is it molecule? I don't even know if that makes sense. It's a solid. It's that's not even a solid. It's a liquid. Okay, but it can turn into different things. I forgot what the periodic table says about water, but y'all get what I'm saying, right? Anyway, it's not possible to walk on water because water itself is constantly moving. It's constantly moving. It's not a flat surface. So if God was to he wouldn't even be able to walk on. Listen, I know this sound crazy, y'all, but I'm telling y'all, it's common sense. It it's an unbalanced structure. You're not gonna be able to walk on it. Water is constantly moving. It's chaotic. It's always going up and down. It's not a solid structure. If it was solid, it would be ice. It would be ice. So the whole story about this character called Christ walking on water, it's just baloney, yo. It's just baloney. I know I'm probably losing y'all, but I'm telling y'all, it's common sense, bro. A lot of y'all really don't read. You don't pay attention. Like everything God spoke about in the Old Testament, He's warning you about the New Testament. It's just funny to me, yo, that y'all can't see that this guy's an idol. He moves like a cult leader. The way he moves, all these people following him around and crowding him and stuff, and he's doing all these things. They're looking at Christ as if he's God in this story, and that's exactly what Christians do today. He tells you you're going to burn if you don't believe in him. And y'all believe this dumb shit. Here's another deception, right? In the New Testament. I told y'all about the Lord, the name, right? Let me see if I can show y'all this. I typed this just so y'all can see. In the New Testament, this is why I say it's trickery. In the New Testament, they refer to Christ as Lord. Remember, Lord is God name. Let me show y'all what I mean. If you type in Lord, right, the Lord is the name. That's why it's capitalized. That's God name. So God name in English is Lord. This is why when you go to other Bible translations, let me show y'all this real quick. Man. When you go to other Bible translations, they will use names like Yahweh. They will use names like Jehovah or Adonai or Hashem. Y'all following what I'm saying? The word Lord is God name. Now, some biblical scholars have it as it means I am. And I explain that to y'all if y'all go back and read with Moses and the burning bush and all that. So this is why a lot of black Christians are confused right now because they don't read. And yes, I'm gonna keep saying that because I keep telling y'all a lot of black Christians do not read their Bible. They just go to church, stump their feet and clap their hands and sing, but they don't actually open up the book and read. They only know them New Testament verses because that's really what the church teach them. It might dabble in the Old Testament here and there, but 99.9% of the time, no, I'm gonna stop playing though. 97% of the time, They only teaching out of the New Testament. And I did a video about that too, but I'm just yapping. So again, this is why a lot of them are confused because they refer to Christ as Lord. So this is why you got a lot of silly Christians saying that Christ is the Lord, or Christ is Lord, or Christ is King. Ain't no fucking king. How the fuck he gonna be? How a dead man gonna be a king? Stupid. Shout out to King David though, and King Solomon. Matter of fact, shout out to all my kings in Judah. Real talk, real talk. Shout out to all the kings of Judah. Remember, Judah and Israel is not the same thing. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video, man. I just had time to kill because I was bored. So again, if you a Christian or a Hebrew Israelite and you bored like me and you want to talk scriptures, just comment below and I'll get to you when I get to you. I'm out, y'all.